everyone, and welcome to the inaugural edition of the Get More Sportscast here at GetMoreSports.com. I am EJ Garr, and I am hanging out with my co-host, Casey Bryant. You know Casey Bryant, he's doing all the NHL on our site right now, and he's doing a lot more than that. Casey, my man, what's happening? How you doing today, my brother?
What's going on?
Oh, man, what a weekend of sports. If you're not into sports, this is the wrong weekend for you because there's so much going on with the Big Four, and then throw in the soccer, the golf, the tennis. Every sport has sports going on. It's just sports and sports weekend. Are you ready for a big weekend of sports, man?
I think that's the exact title of our site, EJ. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but
You're right.
I believe it's called Get More Sports.
It is, and this is the Get More Sportscast. I like your thinking, man. All right, so you know what? Let's start with baseball because the World Series, man. Dodgers obviously look pretty good so far. Going back to Houston, we know Houston plays a whole different ball game when they're back in their home park, and they're excited, man. They look forward to their baseball down there. It's a different environment than LA. I think Houston's going to be rocking and crazy, man.
Well, you've seen the noted difference on the road and at home.
Yeah.
And the fact that Houston was able to play as well as they did in Game 2, battling back and forth, they were able to get Kenley Jansen to blow his first postseason save.
Yeah.
First save in a very long time.
Yeah, man.
This was the first time in the last 99 games that the Los Angeles Dodgers lost after leading after 8 innings.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
In baseball, that's unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, those are like the perfect. Remember when Oral Hershiser back in the day pitched like those 74 straight innings of nothing? Like those are the kind of trends that you just sit there and go, wow, that's impressive. So yeah, that actually beat him, but they still lost the game. So 7-6 won't work. So now they got to go back home and kind of regroup, and I'm sure AJ Hinch is going to have them ready. But how about the news of Joe Girardi getting fired today? Hi, I'm a Yankee fan, and I'm thrilled to see the Yankees get rid of him. I've wanted him gone for a couple years. The 2009 thing, I think, was just kind of, he inherited a great team. Now they rebuilt a big team, and they don't want Joe Girardi to lead them anymore. Thank you. I'm thrilled. I know you're a big Met fan, Casey, but Yankees.
Well,
Mets.
it's just funny to me, EJ, that Yankee fans are so up in arms about Joe Girardi and they've wanted him gone. His worst record was like 84 wins.
I know.
What a horrible world you live in.
I know.
Oh, poor baby. How many games did the Mets lose this year? Was it over 90? It was over 90.
Yeah, it was.
You poor thing.
I know. Then they get to Game 7 of the ALCS, and they still decide, you know what, Joe, we still have enough of you. That's pretty crazy, man. A lot of people are like, why now? Why before they make this big run with all these new guys coming in and all that power?
It's crazy. He set the table, and then they're like, all right, we're good for dinner. You're good. You laid down the silverware. That's nice.
That's all we needed from you. That's all we asked you for.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild to me. And you know what the ultimate irony is that they're probably going to look for, obviously, like, they have Yankee connections in Don Mattingly.
Yeah.
They might try to pry him from the Marlins.
You think?
If they can steal him from Jeter.
Wow.
It depends on how generous Jeter is feeling, especially after his last contract negotiation with Cashman.
Which, we know how that went.
Which might be a little tension there. Jeter's trying to make a name for himself. He's got a good manager. He's a new owner.
He is.
He's going to want to keep him.
He is.
There are a bunch of other Yankee names you can throw out. I've heard Jason Giambi's name.
Imagine.
That would be crazy.
A-Rod? Oh, wow. They can't do A-Rod. I don't think they can.
He's got too cushy a job right now.
Right? Yeah. And then they'll have Roger Clemens as his pitching coach. Like, let's just get Barry Bonds as the hitting coach and we'll bring Canseco back. So, yeah. Well, let's talk about the World Series, though, man. Game 3 on Friday. Game 4 on Saturday. Maybe Game 5 on Saturday. We're not sure yet. Then what are they going to do with Dallas Keuchel here? Because that's a big decision to make. Because obviously, if they don't win Game 3, Game 4 becomes the only game they have left to play. So we might see Keuchel, even though Alex Woods might start for the Dodgers. We don't know how they're going to do the whole pitching situation out there because they don't have to worry about it. The Dodgers are all set. They can do what they want. What's Houston going to do? Is Keuchel going to go in Game 4 if they need him?
I'm not entirely sure because you saw how well the game was pitched in Game 7.
Man.
Charlie Morton pitched the game of his life. And granted, he only lasted like 5 innings.
That's all I asked him for.
That's the game of his life. And he rose to the occasion. And I don't know if they're at that desperate place because you have to win Game 3.
Yeah.
There's still a game to be played before you even think about that.
There is.
So right now, all the focus should be on Lance McCullers beating Yu Darvish.
Yeah. And that's a big matchup. Darvish loves to keep that ball down. Obviously, he had all that time in Texas. Now he's in Houston. With the Dodgers doing pretty well. Going to Houston.
He's the only one on the Dodgers staff that's ever pitched in Houston.
In Houston, yeah. So he has a little bit of experience going to Houston. So that's certainly going to work for him. But those bats down there, man. And will anyone please stop referring to Jose Altuve as the little engine? Dude, he's a 5'6" man. If you're not aware of how amazing this guy is, stop calling it. I can't stand when Joe Buck does that all the time. The little engine and the little man. Dude, he's a man playing a big boy game.
And he's going to win the MVP, maybe.
And he's probably going to win the MVP. I don't see it's obviously between him and Aaron
Judge. Yeah.
Yeah, but it has to be Altuve for what he does in that lineup. I think it's going to be him, even though the 52 home runs as a rookie.
I mean, that's another debate for another day, obviously. But that's... Jose Altuve, they get into these narratives, especially Joe Buck. He falls into this trap.
Man, and Smoltz.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. I wish Fox, whatever.
I wish they would just keep their analysts going for the whole game.
Yeah.
Because their post game is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah,
I love having the fun. Ortiz is awesome, man.
Ortiz, A-Rod, he's
awesome.
Hilarious. Ortiz does nothing but shout non sequiturs as they're coming to and from the action. It's hilarious.
I love him. Even though he's a big Red Sox guy, I love him and his interaction with A-Rod and the Yankee stuff they do with the Colts and remember the commercial with Jeter and the SportsCenter commercial with him wearing the Yankee stuff. And I love when he was doing I even tweeted out to David Ortiz when he was going, Yankees win! Like, I love that he does. His respect for baseball is just beyond. And I appreciate David Ortiz a lot. But let's move to some football, Casey, because big weekend. Thursday night games already getting underway. And now we got a big weekend starting off across the pond over in England when they give them the Minnesota Vikings and the Cleveland Browns.
Only the best.
Only the best for you people. We give you Miami. We give you the Chargers. We give you the Rams. We give you the garbage that we have. Sorry. We'll apologize.
It's payback for the War of 1812. You know what? You caused too much trouble. You flew too close to the sun, England.
Come on. Get your stuff together. So, that's a big weekend, though, still. There aren't a lot. This is a tough fantasy weekend, I think, Casey. Of all the fantasy leagues and the daily fantasy people looking at this weekend slate going, Atlanta and the Jets and Pittsburgh and Detroit. But then you look down, that night game is going to be phenomenal, man. The Redskins, Cowboy game, obviously big rivalry game.
Yes.
Obviously, Kansas City, Denver, another big rivalry game. The Chiefs are favored by a touchdown. Denver's falling apart here a little bit. They have to get back in their stuff. And obviously Kansas City's going to do so well. How good is that team, man? Between Hunt, what a job that kid's doing running the ball over there, catching the ball over there. They got every... And Alex Smith, can you throw an interception, man? Impressive.
Alex Smith is throwing his name into consideration for NFL MVP. And with Aaron Rodgers out, who's to stop him?
MVP.
Alex Smith, you heard it here. He could be MVP.
Wow.
Who would have thought that Alex Smith would have been an NFL MVP?
Yeah, I mean, he left San Francisco the way he did. But he inherited... If Andy Reid's not one of the better coaches in this league.
Yes.
So, yeah, we'll have to give that to him. Man, big NFL weekend, though. I'm sorry, again, sorry about the whole... Poor England. What fantasy league, though? Fantasy value is going to be really tough for people with all these kind of weird matchups. There's a lot of interconference games where the teams don't know each other all that well. Mm-hmm. They meet every 4 years, basically. Well, they do, and it's going to be tough for them to kind of know, what their plan is. Obviously, you have a week to prepare, and that's about it, because they don't go in advance to prepare for these games. So it's a tough weekend for the fantasy players, I think, man.
I tell you what, the one pick we crap on Cleveland, and rightfully so, but
sorry,
in the fantasy league, you might want to go with the Vikings defense because Cleveland is missing their only good offensive lineman, Joe Thomas. Yep. He's out for the rest of the year. Yes. So that is going to be Swiss cheese. That is a spaghetti strainer waiting to be penetrated.
Ouch. 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 Man. That's just wrong, man.
Listen, the Vikings are 5-2. They're on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah.
They're going after Cleveland. Cleveland... No semblance of a home field advantage unless there is a huge Browns cult following brewing in the United Kingdom.
No. There won't be much orange in that crowd, man. I don't even know if they actually have orange in England. Do they have England orange anything? Man, you look at all the soccer teams. Nobody wears orange because nobody wants to wear orange. No. There's nobody wearing orange and brown in England, man, because it's already dreary enough.
Nobody wears orange and brown in Cleveland. They're trying to distance themselves as far as they can from this football team.
That's wrong, man. That's just wrong.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to do them as dirty, but Minnesota is a 9.5 point favorite.
They are almost 10-point favorites, and I guess they should be, man. But if they don't have their wide receiver out there who hasn't been playing the last couple of games, obviously Sam Bradford, did you catch him trying to do whatever that was? And then they have to obviously bring in number 7, and he's not doing any better either. That's tough for them. Case Keenum's not the best quarterback out there either, so. I
didn't have a touchdown last week. He was 20 for 31. They might have Stephon Diggs coming back.
Maybe.
Might. He said he's confident he's going to play for what that's worth.
Yeah.
A player is going to say he's going to want to play.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously there remains he's going to be a game-time decision.
Yeah, of course.
But that's another weapon for Minnesota.
It is. It's a big weapon for them, man.
Yeah.
That's a massive weapon for them. I mean, in a fantasy value, of course, everyone's making sure number 14 is going to be on that field because he's going to be on a bunch of people's fantasy cards, I'd imagine, only because of playing Cleveland. Yeah, he's good value if he does play. Hopefully he laces him up. College football this weekend. And before I actually get to college football, make sure you check out Adam Green at Get More Sports. He's got all of your game previews. Every game. I don't know how he did every game because some of these games are so unpredictable. Wow. So good job, Adam, man. I appreciate
That's our job. That's why they pay us the big bucks, Jay, is that we predict the unpredictable.
Hey. I like it. All right. So college football, man. Obviously the biggest game of the weekend is going to have to be Penn State, Ohio State. Saquon Barkley's already punched his ticket. He's going to be at the Heisman. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be there, man. Yeah. It's just so clearly what a performance. What? Oh, my God, man. If Saquon Barkley, if you have not seen what this kid can do yet, go catch this Penn State-Ohio State game because this is what a game this is going to be, man.
Yes, and you also have to now look at J.T. Barrett leading Ohio State.
Yeah.
Because he's very hard to get off the field.
Yeah.
Ohio State is very tough to get to fourth down.
Yeah.
Because they strike so quickly in their drives. They're the anti-New York Giants in that they do not waste any downs. Being from New York, a regional reference. But J.T. Barrett against Penn State, it's going to be a premier matchup. It's going to be a lot of fun at the Horseshoe.
It is. 100,000 people hanging out.
It's going to be great.
Oh. What a game to be at, too. But and then check out Get More Sports at the college football stuff because Jeff Harvey has 5 posts up. I know Eric the Hun. Oh, Eric the Hun is one of my favorites, man. He's obviously one of my best friends in this world, and he's just doing a great job with all the college football previews for everybody. I know you see where he goes. Great job, man. Let's talk about some of the other games because obviously the Florida State-BC game on Friday turns into a big game because BC's turned it around all of a sudden, and now Florida State's the team that's going this way. So, wow, this is a big game for Florida State. It's also a big game for BC to say, you know what we've done so far isn't really a fluke.
It's a statement game for Boston College because Boston College has been so horrendous at every sport not hockey in the last 4 or 5 years, ever since Luke Kuechly left Boston College. They have been awful in football and basketball, and now all of a sudden this could be a big statement for the program.
Yeah, it can,
because they haven't really had a whole lot to grab onto. So if they're able to put up even an admirable effort,
and even if it's a loss, you think?
Even if it's a loss, if it's by 3 points, that's a big
field goal game.
Considering that Florida State is a powerhouse program.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, they may be in a down year, but they're still a powerhouse program.
They are.
If Boston College can manage to come within a striking distance, I think that's huge for the Eagles.
They're at home, too, man.
Yeah.
That's big for them. That crowd's obviously going to be welcoming Florida State. We know Florida State's going to travel well. They're going to be supported.
They're both maroon and gold. So you can't really tell the difference. Yeah. Boston College is wow, look at all our fans.
But wait.
Don't worry about what they're yelling.
Yeah, we just have to hope the horse doesn't come out and do the whole thing in the center of the field.
Yeah. The Eagles have a tomahawk chop, right? It's wings flapping. That's what it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. Tulane Memphis this weekend, too, on Friday. That's another. How many points are going to be scored? If you haven't been watching the Memphis game, man, number 4 to number 3, number 4 to number 3, and number 4 to number 3. Those two are incredible. You will be watching those two on Sunday for sure. Go catch the Memphis game on Friday. It'll be the only game on after that Florida BC game. Those two kids are awesome. They're definitely Sunday material. So I'm interested to watch that Memphis game, man, because I think they're going to hand Tulane their ass. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of games coming up this weekend, AJ, between offensive powerhouses.
Yeah.
I mean, TCU's going to be back in action.
Iowa State.
Yeah.
And they're all of a sudden moving the ball all over the place.
Yeah, but you know what? Iowa State allows 350 yards per game.
And that's not good.
Against TCU? No. That's not good.
Not good.
So TCU is averaging over 460 yards per game.
They're going to have 550 yards easy.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah. There's going to be 75 points in that football game. At least. Easy. I don't. We don't have the total. I think it's 66 or something. Yeah. Really?
Ludicrous.
Really, makes no sense. What other big games we got, man? Louisville, Wake, NC State, and Notre Dame. That's a huge game because now, obviously, everyone wants Notre Dame to lose now because, God forbid, they throw a wrench in this whole playoff schedule.
Exactly, and it's going to be a running team versus a running defense.
Oops.
That's going to be a tough battle for Notre Dame to win.
It is.
No, NC State, less than 100 rushing yards allowed per game. They're a tough team. At the college level, that's really hard.
It's amazing. In the ACC, no less.
Yes.
They're playing some football. And their quarterback, man, we had the podcast, and wow, we've talked about that Finley kid for a while, man. He is pretty good. He keeps that team on the field when they need to be on the field, and he certainly knows how to move the ball with his legs when he needs to. He picks up first downs. I like this kid a lot. I think we might be seeing him on Sunday, too. So we'll see. But, yeah, NC State on Notre Dame. Big game. That's that big game. It just turns into a really big game, man. Texas Tech, Oklahoma turns into a big game. Obviously, with the Oklahoma and what they're going through. I loved it when
they planted the flag.
I loved it. But you got to be careful because next thing you know, now everybody, you just put a big target on your big tush.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad juju.
Yeah.
That's bad juju.
It is, man. I know it was revenge for what they did, what Ohio State did them the year before when they did it on their field, and he was just kind of making a statement saying, you want to do it to us, we'll do it to you. But you kind of make sure it backfires because now you have everyone else going, you know what? Well, let's see if we can take them out. And obviously, we're seeing Oklahoma's getting battled by everybody now. So that Texas Tech offense is going to come to town and I think do well.
And you know what it is? It's Terrell Owens dancing on the star in Dallas. When he's a 49er, he does the jig on the star. Yeah. All of a sudden, you've got a linebacker coming trying to clothesline you at center field. You can't do that without expecting other teams seeking retribution against you.
Love it, man. Man, it's a Big Ten. Other Big Ten, Michigan State, Northwestern turns into a big game. Man, there's a lot of big games this week. Of course, when it's college football, there's a big game everywhere. Whether 85 games, so many games. It's just fun. Even when you go down to the lower tiers, man. The Montanas. I love the lower. I love all the lower stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like the North Dakota states and all that kind of.
I tell you what. Have you seen? And this is a tangent, but have you seen the season with Navy football show that they're doing?
Yeah.
That's a fun show.
It is awesome, man. I love when they follow those guys around and do
it.
The presentation of a season when you don't really realize they're doing it, and then it comes out. And you're like, they did that all year? I love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
I love that.
And to do it with a program like Navy is very interesting because then you have the whole cadet aspect to it, and you're following them as they're going through training, as they're in the bunker, in the bunks and the barracks and stuff. You have to balance so much when you're there. Their quarterback, I tell you what, he gets beaten up by the
does,
coach.
Man. He does. And he rips into him. Yeah. But dude, you know what? He makes him a better quarterback. You're at Navy. This is
and
not
a better soldier too.
You got to have it in here. And they bring it out of you, and that's what it's all about. You see that Air Force Navy game, man, when what a game to have it come down to a final play like that, and then I love when the navals all face each other, man, because they take off their helmets, they take off their jerseys, and they all stand around and go, "We're together in arms." I love that. I'm sorry. I love that. I think that's just something about the naval academies that you just don't get. Obviously, college football is a whole different atmosphere of its own, but so much fun with the navals. The Army-Navy game is what it is. I love how they
one of the greatest games in sports.
Yeah, I love how they separate it now. So it's the only game on the final day of the weekend. It's just here. Enjoy an Army-Navy game. That's brilliance. College
pure spectacle.
NCAA is brilliant for that.
Yes.
So yeah,
and it's very rare that we say that about the NCAA.
Hey, so remember you heard that here too. If anything, it's pretty cool, man.
Rare praise for the NCAA.
Yeah. All right. So now as we walk around, we brought you through what's going on in baseball. Got the NFL covered and college football covered. We're going to cover some other sports going on this weekend because it's not just about the Big Four. There's a lot of sports going on this weekend, like I mentioned at the beginning of the show. So we're going to tell you about everything that's going on, not only in the sporting world, but of course to Get More Sports, because this is the Get More Sportscast. So let's take a break. We'll take you out. Of course, we're being sponsored by DSI, Diamond Sportsbook. So we'll give you a little hint about what they have going on over there, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. And this is, again, a Get More Sportscast. And this is Casey Bryant. I'm EJ Garr. We're hanging out with you again. We're going to talk about a crazy weekend. It's just a crazy weekend of sports, and we're going to continue what our conversation is here. Hockey. Let's turn to the ice, man, because it is the coolest sport on earth. I mean, hey, 6 games on Friday. I think it's a dozen games on Saturday. And then we have a handful, 3 games on Sunday, I believe. So, hey, Friday, nice little schedule here, man. A couple games that Casey and I are going to discuss on the Friday game. I'll let you hit it, man. He is the hockey writer at Get More Sports. Let's turn to Casey.
This is my wheelhouse here in the NHL.
Yeah.
I've had a pretty good week, by the way, on this site, too. I think I was undefeated on Tuesday.
Oops.
This is a good week for me. So, on Friday, there are a couple of games, mostly out west.
Yeah.
In that we have the Colorado Avalanche coming against the Vegas Golden Knights.
7-1.
Inexplicably.
What?
One of the best teams in the NHL. It makes no sense. It defies logic.
Yeah, expansion teams are not supposed to do this.
They are the only team in 100 years to win 7 of their first 8 games in franchise history.
A century?
A century. The NHL's only been around for 100 years. So, this is unprecedented what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're doing it without a goaltender.
Yeah.
They've lost Marc-Andre Fleury to a concussion.
Yep, done.
They've lost Malcolm Subban to a lower body injury.
He's out.
Oscar Dansk is leading this team, and he beats the Blackhawks in his first start?
Chicago. What does that do for his confidence coming in, man?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. And now they're hosting the Colorado Avalanche, who even though the Avalanche are not as big of a dumpster fire as other unnamed Western Conference teams like the Coyotes, but Coyotes.
Yeah.
But they're still among the weaker teams in the National Hockey League, and that the Vegas Golden Knights, they have a chance to go 8-1 and chase for the Pacific Division title.
All right. Well, wow. We're 10 games. Well, all right. We have a long way to go, man.
I understand we have a long way to go, but
it's impressive.
The rule of threes is a very real thing
You
have to be within 3 points of a playoff spot at the end of October to be legit contenders.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
And Vegas is the number 2 seed in the Pacific Division. It defies logic. So that's going to be a really cool game to watch on Friday. Any game with the Golden Knights at this point is must-watch TV. Yeah. I mean, just for the novelty. But now they're actually doing well. It's definitely worth a watch. The other game that I want to watch on Friday, EJ, is a rivalry matchup between Nashville and Chicago.
Yeah, Blackhawks, man.
Always a fun game.
Yeah, those two love each other.
Very much.
They're fond of each other. They actually buy each other Christmas presents for their wives.
Those aren't hits in the corner. Those are hugs.
Yes.
It's aggressive friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, these two just don't like each other. It's a great way to get a weekend started for your hockey, man. Obviously, I assume you're going to have this written up on the site this game.
Absolutely.
So you got to catch this preview for the site. That's a big game. The fondness. Oh, it's almost like Rangers Islanders, but. Not quite, but okay. All right, 12 games on Saturday, man, and there's a couple of big games in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, on Saturday you've got mostly Philadelphia and Toronto is going to be a fun game to watch because Philadelphia is quickly becoming one of the great young teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
Got a couple of kids playing well. Travis Konechny, Nolan Patrick, who's been cleared for action again.
Been playing well.
Nolan's playing really well. I mean, the points are definitely going to come from Patrick. He's not lighting the lamp yet, but he's in the center of all the action, which is important.
Yeah.
That's the thing about the Flyers is that there's no one guy dominating. They do have dominators in Claude Giroux and Jacob Voracek, but they have a very well-balanced attack.
Yeah.
And Shane Gostisbehere and Ivan Provorov on the top pair is a lot of fun to watch. So that's going to be a great offensive matchup.
It will be.
On Saturday. The other matchup on Saturday that you want to watch is going to be the New York Rangers at the Montreal Canadiens. Another great rivalry.
It's one that you and I will be watching. Obviously, 2 big Ranger fans in the room. So, it's a big game.
It's a battle between teams fighting to see who can fire their coach first.
Yes. Oh boy! At least the Rangers looked like they did okay on Thursday night. So that's,
they did manage to beat the Arizona Coyotes at least to our unless the Earth is crashing into the sun.
Gosh!
And they blew a 4-2 lead.
Please don't say that they did. We're gonna try and hope that. We came.
We're recording it during
the
the game,
yeah.
so I mean to be safe, we'll say that knock on whatever this.
Yeah, here I got some wood right here.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We'll say they won. Montreal at the bottom of the Eastern Conference. Claude Julien is at the helm, and they only just recently hired him, so they probably aren't going to fire him yet.
Not
but
yet.
The seat's getting a little tepid.
Yeah.
It's getting a little lukewarm up in there, so that's going to be another good game to watch on Saturday.
Yeah, big game. And then Sunday, of course, it's only 3 games, but then you talk about the one game on that board. That's pretty nice, man. That's a big game again. You think 3 games, there can't be one that's great. There is one that's great.
There is, because you have Patrick Laine versus Sidney Crosby.
Oops.
You've got another great offensive matchup.
Man.
And it's a rematch of the Thursday night game where you're going to be heading out to Canada. Patrick Laine is I mean, you don't have to say it. He's one of the best young stars in this game. He's one of the most talented goal scorers in the world.
How many goals are going to be in that game?
A lot. The over-under on the Thursday night game was 6.5 between these two teams. That's the highest over-under I've ever seen for an NHL game.
Oh, really? Yeah.
6.5.
6.5's up there.
I mean, that's maybe what you would set in like the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you would set.
Right, when Edmonton was playing Philadelphia back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. When you've got like pads that are the size of a marshmallow on your shins. I mean, it's... was a 2-line pass even legal?
Yeah,
like
God, the rules were so different back then. Yeah, man.
But it's going to be a great matchup, and you also have Ovi against Gaudreau in Calgary. You've got Washington.
Hopefully Gaudreau's going to be okay to get back in that, right?
Yeah, it's Yager. Yeah, Yager is the one who's been kind of on the shelf. Yeah. So Gaudreau and Monahan are players to watch. Yager. Trying to get back into playing shape. I really hope that he hurries back because we waited so long for him to sign. And as soon as he does, he's on the shelf because he's out of condition.
That hurts, man.
Hopefully, it's a big weekend in the NHL.
Yeah. And we talk about hockey. Mm-hmm. We talk about some basketball around here.
That's true.
Casey and I are like, whoa, we don't get to talk about hoops a lot.
That's true.
Can you dribble the ball? All right, we can dribble the ball. We're going to try and talk about some
fun facts. All right, so again, random tangent, but in high school I did West Side Story. Right?
Hey,
that's
right. I love it, man.
In the opening scene, the Jets play basketball, right? And like the big overture ballet number. Everyone in the cast, all right, who can dribble a basketball? Everyone turns to me because I'm the only sporty kid in that room. I'm like, seriously, you guys don't even know how to do this? This is beyond your grasp. Anyway, that's my random.
I like it.
Random interjection of my life for the viewers.
I love it, man. But you can still do it, right? Can you still dribble?
I can try.
All right. We're going to head outside and see if we can do it. All right. So, yeah, man. All right. Let's talk about some basketball, man.
I can do Nerf.
Nerf hoops?
I got a hoop in my room.
Oh, my God. He does have a hoop in his room. All right. After this, we're going to go shoot some hoops in the room because it's too cold to go outside.
Yes.
All right. Washington Golden State. Big game on Friday. I mean, these two are going to, obviously, Golden State's 3-2 already. Come out of the gate. If they go 3-3, I think everyone's going to go. Everyone in California is going to be like, "What's going on in here?" They didn't lose 3 games until halfway through the season a couple years ago. Yeah. So to lose 3 games now, and Washington coming in at 3-1, they have a shot. Even though Golden State's strongly favored, like Washington's not going to cover that line. I think they will, but why? That's a great game. Great game.
They're really banking on the fact that the Wizards are down from their overtime loss against the Lakers.
No,
but you've got to figure that they're going to borrow a basketball pun. They're going to rebound. I'll show myself. I'm sorry.
Boy. I'm sorry. Okay. No, it's great, man. They should rebound. I expect them to rebound. You lose a game like that, I don't think that takes the momentum away from you. Actually, we wanted that game. Yeah, we wanted that game, and to have that get away and have that be your first loss. I mean, that's their first loss of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think they're just going to go, well, you know what? Now that we've started this losing trend, let's just keep this losing trend going. No, you don't think that way. I think their coach is going to have them motivated. Especially taking on the Golden State team, who's not coming out of the gate 5-0. They're 3-2.
Yeah.
So what better of a time to catch Golden State than now?
Yeah. You want to get them before their confidence is through the roof.
Yeah.
Now at this point, they're still trying to figure things out. You've got people coming off of a long off season and a busy off season and a bad off season if you're Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Not a good off season. What should have been the best summer of your life has really turned into something that was NG, no good, but
forgettable.
Yeah.
Forget, not unforgettable, forgettable.
Yeah, not good. But so I think that the Wizards, they look for a lot of this. A lot of John Wall.
Yeah. Then we got Houston and Memphis. One of the Saturday games. That's going to be a big game. Wow. I think Memphis is going to actually show up there too. I liked it.
An early surprise. Yeah.
They are an early surprise. I think a lot of people don't really have Memphis on their radar quite yet, and maybe they should.
Yeah, because they lost a couple of their key players. I mean, VC went to Sacramento.
You love him.
I love VC, which, plug, Jersey Corner, Vinsanity. Check it out on Get More Sports YouTube.
So you're there. Yeah. How many? Well, you have a whole bunch of Jersey Corner videos up there, right?
Yes, sir. We just released episode 11, so be sure to be on the lookout for that.
I like that, man. Those are going really well too.
Yes,
in case you missed it, Casey's doing great with those.
A lot of fun.
Those are fun. It's a different side of sports that you just don't get to really read about or see. You're doing something that a lot of people are not doing. It's just a highlight. So you got to go check out Jersey Corner. He has really a lot of fun with them. You can see it's just you love your sports and it's cool what you do.
Most recent one is for the Astros stripy jersey.
Yeah, don't talk about the Astros, man.
I realize the wound is raw, but
it is raw.
Yeah.
I mean, I was at Game 4 at Yankee Stadium, man. I was really kind of hoping we were going to carry that momentum, but yeah, the Astros are in the World Series, but not doing so well. We'll see.
But whatever.
You know what he told me? Yeah, this week I'm the biggest Astros fan, man. Yeah, well, hey, listen, man. If the Mets were playing, and I remember a couple years ago when you made it to the World Series, I was not rooting for the Mets. Yeah. He won't root for the Yankees. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't ask for your pity.
No.
Yeah. Yankee fans are like, oh, we like the Mets. How cute! You guys are gonna win one. That's so sweet.
You haven't seen the Mets win a World Series yet, have you? No. So yeah.
Are we talking about basketball?
Yeah. Okay. We're talking about NBA, man. Let's get to the 7 games talking on Sunday. Okay. All right. Sorry. 7 games on Sunday in the NBA too. A couple big games to pick out of there too, Case. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's a damn busy weekend for the NBA as always.
Yeah,
San Antonio is going to be in action. I know that, and I'll have the schedule up in front of me. Man. You got the notepad.
Yeah, I know, man. No, to see San Antonio, to start out 4-0 like that. Obviously going to Indy, that's a big game for Indy too, because they don't want it. If they go 2-4. Now they can't let San Antonio. Obviously, it's an East and West thing. They're not too worried about what San Antonio does here. But if San Antonio starts that 5-0 thing, when is San Antonio ever going to stop being that great team, man? It doesn't stop. Whoever leaves, when it's Robinson, whether it's today or whoever it is, man, they just keep bringing in talent down there. It's pretty impressive what the Spurs just keep being able to do.
I mean, they just get generational talent after generational talent.
Love it.
Once Duncan leaves, now it's Kawhi's team.
Love it.
And then they bring in Powell, and then they bring in LaMarcus Aldridge, and now they're loaded with talent, and the West is going to be a bloodbath.
It is.
And the fact that the Spurs are rising to the top, it shows that they're just a well-oiled machine. There's no ego on this team.
There isn't.
They're well-coached.
They can play.
I think it's a statement to their character, because now the Oklahoma City Thunder are losing, and they want to be the best defensive team with Melo. Get out of here.
No team
Get out of here.
with Melo on it will ever be the best defensive team in basketball. Ever.
Get out of here.
Yeah. We defy to believe that. All right, Case, let's talk about some soccer. I know Casey's going to go, wait, what? Yeah.
This is my time to go.
Yeah, all right then. Of course, the MLS playoffs just started this weekend for me.
Right, Phillips. That's my contribution.
I know, man. Hey, New York ended up, he did okay, man. He got New York into it. They had to get by Chicago in that opening round. Now they're going to be taking New York's pretty good, man. Obviously, they've just been struck with bad luck. They're one of the few teams without a title, and they've been around since the beginning, man. And New York just can't seem to win a title. It just defies them. I don't know what it is about the Red Bulls. Obviously, NYC coming into the league now, and they're
NYC's pretty good.
They're doing okay. They brought in some big guys from Europe. David Villa to be one of them. He's okay. They're certainly a team. Of course, their goaltender is their goalkeeper's horrible, so they won't win without a goalkeeper over there. But
tell them how you really feel.
Yeah, I won't hide that, man. I have some experience with NYC, man. Of course, with the Cosmos, I worked with the Cosmos for 3 years, and we loved beating NYCFC. And check my YouTube channel because I got proof. Woo! I love it. The NASL playoffs are going to be starting this weekend, too. This is their last weekend of the regular season this weekend, the NASL. And I love the NASL, man. It's that second tier of America where a lot of people are still just MLS. And there's more to American soccer. Football. It's football. Please don't call it soccer. It's football. Who came up with the word soccer, man? I think that's just the degradation to what the sport really is. I'm sorry.
Football. Yeah, what do you put on? What do you put on feet? You put on socks. Soccer.
Ow. All right.
That's I'm sorry.
All right.
Maybe the Hanes Corporation making tube socks came up with the name soccer.
Soccer, and it held, and it just held on. Of course, it only held on in Wales and America because we're the only ones who call it soccer. But okay.
Whatever works.
Figures, yeah.
What do they call it? In Europe, what do they call it? Shoe ball? I don't know.
Oh.
If we're gonna call it soccer, shoer. It's.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm totally ruining the integrity of what was supposed to be like a serious soccer.
No, it's cool.
Soccer expert over here, and meanwhile I'm over here going, I wonder why they call it soccer.
Yeah. Hey, the World Cup's coming up next year, and in case you didn't know,
and the United States will not be in it.
And no, there will be no U.S. sighting. And then Bruce Arena just said, you know what, I don't want to stay around for the rest of this. So he already said goodbye. And I was kind of shocked when he even left LA to take that job. Why would you leave a team that's actually you doing how much success he's had with LA? Why do you leave that to go coach the U.S. team of all things when you know the debacle that Mr. Klinsmann left that situation in? It's okay that USA won't be in the World Cup because now we don't have to watch them lose in the World Cup. So it's cool. Obviously, you go to Get More Sports, you check out the Admiral. Because my man has German Bundesliga on the site, English Premier League on the site, French League on the site. Of course, I have my Serie A going up every once in a while. Kind of gotten away from it recently because we've been just doing so much, and now we have this going on. So I'll get to it. The Serie A, yeah, I know. Yeah. Love
spaghetti.
It, man. Hey, spaghetti. That's great.
I got a lot of Italian in me.
You do, man.
I do.
Yeah, I know.
Mama's maiden name was Adriana.
I know.
That sounds like a mob family.
Yeah. Big mob family, man.
Yeah.
Are you scared? Are you guys in hiding? Are we okay to film this year?
What do we have to be scared about? We're the mob family. You should be the one that's scared.
I'm more Italian than you are, man. Wow, look at his beak. Come on, man. But yeah, all right, so let's wrap this up. We got some golf. We got some tennis going on. If you're checking out, you know Clark Burrows, former professional golfer on the PGA Tour. He's hosting his podcast at Get More Sports now. He's been doing it. Episode 70 got put up this weekend. It's his 70th episode with Get More Sports. I love Clark on our site. Having him with us is phenomenal. He's out in Costa Rica playing golf all the time. And rough life for Big Clark. I'm sorry that you have to deal with Costa Rican weather and golf.
Poor thing.
I mean...
Poor thing.
Phenomenal. Yeah, that's great, man. Two big tournaments. Jeff Harvey will have your big 2 tournaments covered this weekend. And like I mentioned, you'll be able to catch Clark's podcast on the site as well. Casey, man, tennis. A lot of people don't follow tennis. I'm a big tennis guy. I've been following tennis. A lot of people can go back to 03 and 04 when I was actually posting tennis in forums. Like, I love tennis, man. Mm-hmm. It's coming down to the wire here. Yeah. There's only a couple tournaments left for the men and the women. And I love this stuff, man, because, then they get to the final 2 tournaments of the year, which are big for them because it's not just about you. It's about your nation. And I love that stuff.
Yeah, you got the Paris Masters coming up on Monday.
Yeah.
You got John Isner, is already probably the biggest name coming into that tournament.
He is.
I do like John Isner. He's fire. Yeah. He's a fiery dude.
Yeah, well, Nadal and Federer will be there too. But for Americans, Sam Querrey will be there too. Jack Sock will be there. So John Isner and that, God, his serve, it's
towering dude.
Wow, man, yeah, wow. When he hits that serve, man, it's obviously his biggest weapon, and he knows how to use it. I can't wait for him to win a major. I really want John Isner to just get that major out of the way. It'll come.
He already has one of the most iconic matches in tennis history.
Oh, God. That overtime madness was 65-63 or whatever that was. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That was amazing, man. Mm-hmm. That was golf. That was tennis for days. I mean, they just kept playing.
Literal days.
Tennis for days. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a record. And no one's ever going to break that record. If you break that record, I'm sorry, you played tennis too much. Oh, God. I mean, you have to play tennis for 10 hours straight to even come near that record or what? Oh, my God. Yeah. I love Johnny. Yeah. I'm a big fan of John Isner, man. But,
of course. So you got the Paris Masters coming up, and they're going to be preparing, obviously, for the Davis Cup.
Yeah, Davis Cup.
That's coming up soon. Women are coming up soon with the Fed Cup.
Yeah, that's November 11th and 12th. So and
everything's coming up.
Yeah, and the women also, they're doing their end of the year tournaments this year. They had the top 8 doing a little tournament, and then they had the top 12 doing the secondary tournament. They're gonna be in China for that one. I know they're in Singapore right now, which is cool. How cool to have your final tournament in Singapore and China. Rough.
Explore the world.
You see the purse is $7 million. Hi, first place, $500,000. How you doing? $500,000 to play tennis for 4 days, 6 days.
Not a bad life.
I love that.
Not a bad life.
What the hell are we doing here? We should go.
When do you think the next red eye to Singapore is? You can catch that?
You think? Make a phone call. We make a phone call and see if Casey and I get on the red eye.
The Adriana family, we got connections.
Hey, I think all of us have connections. You're connected. You just got hooked up with everything going on at Get More Sports this weekend. This is our inaugural Get More Sportscast. This is great, Casey. I love this. We're going to be bringing this to you every week. We're going to try and get you what's going on in the sports world and what's going on at GetMoreSports.com as well. So I hope y'all appreciate what we're doing here. I mean, this is a lot of fun, and I don't want to leave out boxing Because if you look at what's going on November 4th on Showtime, did you happen to see the fight? 38-0. The man is 38-0. I love this guy. And it's the second fight between Deontay Wilder and my man. Oh, God. I tell you what, man. Is Bermane Stiverne going to actually find a way to take out this man? Obviously it's the second match for these two. I think Stiverne is obviously pissed. If you've been checking out any of their pre-match stuff, Casey, you remember back in the day, I know you're not old enough to remember the Ollie's and the Foremans and the crazy, and then it got into the Tyson stuff, where it was just in-your-face press conferences. Have you seen one of these guys' press conferences yet, man? Now, we talked before about how guys don't like each other or teams don't like each other and all that. These two hate each other. There's no in-between. They literally want to knock your... there's certain people in your life that you just don't like. These two are going to not... I don't think that they're... I don't even know how to say it, Case. I don't know who's going to survive this match. Whoever survives it might be in the hospital. It's going to be a big fight.
Not since Drago versus Creed has there been such a tense press conference.
Oh my God, that was great, man. I'm gonna hurt you. I mean, I love that, man.
Must break you.
I must kill you.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
Gonna be great. It's, the closest thing that I've ever come to like a tense press conference. I followed the McGregor Mayweather tour, the circus that toured America very closely, and it was clear that like the press conference stuff was very pomp and circumstance. It was very McGregor leaning into the whole like MMA villain, and Mayweather leaning into throwing the money around. And he's the money team, and everyone knew what the result was going to be.
They did.
It was going to be a song and dance, and that came along with it. This is very genuine, which is as you said, it's a throwback to vintage boxing.
This is a heavyweight boxing at its best. So November 4th, I check on it, even though it's not happening this weekend. That big fight still happened. Don't forget about your boxing. I love it, man. Yeah, you gotta have it. I mean, if you don't want to punch someone in the face once in a while, I'm sorry. Sometimes you just have to do it. Just how life goes.
I saw Hands of Stone of the Roberto.
Hey, man. Now you know.
Yeah, good movie.
Oh yeah, Uno Mas, man. Those two, Sugar Ray and him that was great stuff, man. Back in the day, you can't ever let that go. Those are like the hours of your life that you do want to get back. You know what I mean? Everyone says, I wish I could have that time back. I'd love to have those fights back. Because those were the wars of the days back. I loved it, man. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, Case, man. Casey Bryant. I'm EJ Garr. And, I hope you enjoyed the Get More Sportscast here. Like I said, we'll be here every week. And check out the music, too. I hope you enjoy our music here because it's kind of personal for me. Yeah. All right. We're out of here. Casey. See you later, man. We're out of here. Have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy this big weekend because it's the big one. Woo. Love it. See ya.
Do you want to know a secret? Do you promise not to